And now I will continue with this. I will work with the Olympus XA, and for this I will show you how you can disassemble the shutter button and clean it. And also if it was a bit too light to press, or if it's too maybe not working proper. So how do we actually go into it? Well, it says here, maybe I should zoom in a little. The shutter button is actually this part here, and it's held in place by one screw here and some parts underneath. So I will actually take out the one screw and simply show how it should be put together, together again, and working proper. So by unscrew this one screw and at the same time hold here with the tweezer so things will not fall apart. Just take out one tiny screw here. It's a little special one, as you probably can see. Not the same as the other screws. Now, then I can actually take out the plastic top part here. And it looks like this. So, and the next part is a tiny piece of metal that makes contacts between the the upper part and the lower part. And remember how the thing is positioned so you know where it should sit, and it should sit like this because the shape here is not fully squared, as one say, and so therefore it can actually only sit in one position. There is a tiny tube here made of brass. Come on, focus. And it actually makes contact between the upper part and the lower part. So this is how it looks here. This is the upper part with one wire connected. This is a blue wire. Oh, I lost something. And the lower part, which has a red wire soldered to it. And between those two there is a kind of a, I think it must be some kind of silicone that actually make oh, come on. That actually makes the spring kind of, so when one press on the button, this will make the spring movement, and it should sit like this between the two metal pieces here. So, but sometimes the shutter button is too too sensitive, and sometimes it's not too sensitive, but I will just show you how you can clean the surface here with a cotton bud and some isopropyl alcohol 99%, which is very good as a contact cleaner. So by adding just a little, just to make the cotton bud wet, and then we can clean the surface here around. So there is a good contact here, and also the upper part here needs some cleaning. I mean, there is nothing wrong with this camera, but I just show you how you can do it. So, and now it looks pretty fine. And of course the other tiny part here, this H shaped thing, can also be just cleaning a little. It doesn't need that much, but it will make it working much better. So, and I would like it to be more what do you say, more sensitive. I mean, no, less sensitive, of course. So I can actually, with a plier, bend the little spring here, just tiny. And also up here, so it will have less, it will not be that straight, but still it will work. So it's not straight in the two legs here. I mean, all four legs. So by bending it a little upward, it can be less sensitive. So I will just put it back into the camera again. But still I will have this to sit there. And put the tiny rubber under here. Over there. So, and then the small tube goes in here. Now I have to align it in the middle. So, and it sits proper. Fine with that. I will align it when I put in the plastic part here, the top cover. And the actual contact spring here. So. And then the top here. And before doing so, I will load my screwdriver with the screw. And since it's a magnetized screwdriver, it will be much easier to put it back in again. Oh, need a bigger tweezer. Oh. Come on, little fellow. So. And it goes on here. I mean, hopefully. So, and there it sits. And then I can just add the screw here and align it to the hole. And when putting it in, don't screw it in too hard, because the plastic part here will move. So you have to have a grip here. So I think it will work proper. But of course we can just check it. If I put the lid on, the top cover on here, and then I can just put in batteries. But of course I will also just zoom out a little. I will also put on the blind for the rangefinder window. So, and it has to get into the gap between the frame here and the rangefinder window. So when putting on the top cover, one should have this up there, so you can see it will stick in between here. And if it does, if it does not, it will have it full under, and it will not be sitting correct. So there, and have it straight, and let it come into between the frame here and the rangefinder window. Of course there are some other issues with this camera, but I will split it up in pieces, parts. So, and there it should sit. And then I can just advance the camera and see if I add some batteries here, just to check if things are working proper. But there will nothing happen when I press the shutter button here, because the camera is not really turned on. So I have to move this part here all the way over here, so the rangefinder window will be open, and then it clicks. We can do it again. Hopefully holding the battery is correct. And it works pretty good. So it's less sensitive right now. So I think it's better. If it's too sensitive, you just you could always almost blow on the on the shutter button here, and it will fire the camera, the shutter. So that was actually that, and then I can just add the little screw under here. So remember that. And then assemble the whole camera. Of course there will be more parts, but for now it was just a sneak peek inside and what we actually could do with the shutter button and how things look inside. So, and when I will then put the little orange here on, and I will just use some contact glue, just a tiny fragment. So there, and it shouldn't be that much. So one can just add a tiny amount. Then put it on. So. And it sits there. And I can take the rewinder button. Of course, okay, how to go into the actual, I cannot lift it up, but there's another way of doing it. I can just push here and the film door will open. So there's no problem with that. And then push up this one and then add the rewinder. So, and remember the holes are not fully round, they have a flat side on each side of the center here. It will be the same here. So, and it sits like that. So it is. Just gently tighten it. No need for overdo the how hard you screw it in. Close the door and then put on the front here. Should sit like this. And then add one screw on the front so you know where things sit. And of course we need the screw inside the film chamber. The hidden screw in here. So that's it for now for the film door. And then I can add the little roller here. This one here. Put it on here. One could actually, to get it easier, add a little grease, but it's not really necessary. So by have this here, put it on the back side first, and that groove here. Then let the roller sit there and gently put it on here. But there's one point, and it is, okay, just take this off again, because there's one thing I need to show. And this is the tiny pin here that open the, turn on the camera when open the film door. Also move the rangefinder window. Okay, but where should it go? Yeah. You see, the film door has a small area here, and you might think, okay, this has to sit on this one, but no, the pin has to run through this area here. So by opening the door, right now it's closed there, but when I open the door it will go all the way over here and push on this lever here. And if I continue, I will just open the door. So this small notch here should not be used for anything, just so you know it. So on with the roller again, and on with the film door. Put it on there, and now it sits proper. Almost. Of course, I should have if it not sits correct in here with a pin, one can hold here and bend it up a little, and then move the film door so it's there, and then you have it correct, because you can check if the film door, the rangefinder blind open. When you open the front door here fully, it works. And close, of course, when you close the front door. So this is how it looks, and then I can just load one screw. I will take one of the long in the middle, so then I'm ready when I put on the bottom cover. So have a good finger here. So because you cannot put the bottom cover on when the film door is closed, as you can see here, it's not really possible. So when opening the film door, so it's all the way open here, it's possible to put it in. Should have the distance lever sit in the middle, and then I can just put the cover on, and then put in one screw. It's a long one. So now I have good control of where things should sit. Now the two small screws goes in, and then it should work like it should. And then I will just put in two screws. So, and in with the battery, and then just check the camera. There, and a coin. It's good for closing the battery door. Oh, doesn't sit proper there. And then it's on. Advance the film. And then it's much better. So that was it. There will be more videos about this particular camera, because there's also dust in here, and there's some dirt in the viewfinder, which I would like to show how to go into. So that's all for now. That's it. Bye bye.